you from Women in Mining Africa. My name is Dr. Comfort Asinkoro Ogaji, the Privileged Executive Director serving at the Women in Mining Africa together with other volunteers. I want to bring in a special message that is very dear to us at WiM-Africa. We, the women in the mining industry, have seen that there is a need for change regarding our children, regarding what we are exposing them to earlier in life. So we're using this message to call on the ministries of education all across the African continent, to call on the TVET centers all across the African continent, to call on all of the structures for education that is available in the African continent that can boost the human resource capital of Africa to be able to manage its natural resources. So WiM-Africa has 2 school-based programs for every country in Africa. The 2 programs are linked. The first one is the WiM-Africa Future Minerals Leaders Club, which is for primary schools ages 8 to 13. And we have the WiM-Africa NextGen Mining and Leadership Club, which is from ages 13 to 20. These 2 clubs focuses on natural resources, minerals, environmental responsibility, and safety awareness, the leadership opportunities, the values and responsible citizenship that our pupils are supposed to have when it comes to administering in the entire value chain of the solid minerals. It is also focused on responsible mining, on the awareness that our pupils need to have on geoscience, on technology, on safety, on gender inclusion, on communication, the minerals value chain, and the pathways that our children can have when it comes to enterprise development within the mining industry. So this is a call to all of us policymakers and also the ministries or the agencies that are linked to education in every country to take this call from Women in Mining Africa. We need to establish these clubs in all schools, schools in the rural communities, and also schools in the urban centers, in the cities of Lagos, of Nairobi, of everywhere you can find a school. We don't want any child to be left behind. And it starts from you who is watching this video. We need you to please take a step, introduce these clubs using the link below. The implementation manual have been programmed, have been designed in a way that is easy for implementation by our teachers. And WiM-Africa is providing support for all teachers who are interested, for organized ministries who are interested, for agencies of Ministry of Education, for TVET centers who are interested to be participants of this move to train our pupils, our young people in Africa to be interested in the solid mineral sector. We have trainers who are volunteers like me who are ready to be in the Zoom room with your teachers to train them on what they need to know regarding the sector and how they can transfer the knowledge to a young child and to an older child. Please join the movement, support this initiative of Women in Mining Africa, and let's get our young children interested in the mining industry. By the time most of our students are graduating in the university, most of them have very limited knowledge about the solid mineral sector as it is from research that has been published from the Pan-African institutions. We have this research and it shows that we are really lagging behind. We're importing human resources and exporting natural resources. This ought to change. And our response as Women in Africa is to bring about these school clubs in line with our 5-year action plan. We have a 5-year action plan that commenced last year, 2025, and will be terminating in 2030. Within this 5 years, we want to see some changes. So we have an articulated theory of change, a well-researched results framework that we are using for this particular program. So we invite everyone is concerned, everyone should be interested in this agenda to introduce all of the schools that you have access to in your villages, in your towns where you live, all of the schools that you have access to. We want you to invite, to introduce to them these new clubs, and so that they can have it established in their schools. This is not a curriculum. This is an extra curriculum activity that will just be a part of existing activities in the schools. So this will go a long way. By the end, at the end of 2026, at the end of 2027, and all through our action plan years, we want to see some changes. We want to see increase in interest by our ladies, by our girl children, by our boys as well. We want to see the increase in the interest, and we are able to measure that we are progressing. Our leaders already have beautiful policies, well articulated, well written policies. But we are here as the women in the mining industry to see that the next generation is better than us, that we have a more refined, more knowledgeable, and people that have really built capacity to meet head on the challenges in the critical solid mineral space in the future and in the nearest future. So I invite you, please, to join us. I invite you to be interested, to be a part of this movement. And we believe that there will be changes in the nearest future once you are able to play your own role, as little as it might be. Thank you very much. Please check the chat box. I mean, the link in the chat box. We have kept a link in the description for this video. Please download it. I mean, visit the website and download the implementation manuals that we have already prepared. You can modify it as you wish. You can reproduce it in your languages and give credits to WiM-Africa as you do that. So please, you are invited. We look forward to you to receiving your reports, because in the implementation manual that you will download, we have a system of reporting that we're expecting from you. Once you have downloaded and you are now using the manual, please use the link provided in the manual to send us the report, and we'll be very glad to know that something is happening in your community.